All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to TopLine. It's your boy Chris, and ladies and gentlemen, hope everybody's having a great Thirsty Thursday, man. Whew. Here's to you. It's been a rough one. It's been a long one, man. But the one thing I do want to say is breaking news, man. Breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys have finally agreed on a new defensive coordinator. Let's go to ESPN for the report, please. The Dallas Cowboys reached defensive coordinator agreement with Eagles Christian Parker. Let me stop right there. I don't care about the Eagles, or I'm not gonna do this and go, oh, the Cowboys got that, so that takes away from the Eagles and da da da. No. I'm not gonna do that part because I don't care. I don't care about that part. All right, let me make that very clear. If we was competing with the Eagles and wiping Super Bowls or something, fine. Let's talk that talk. But right now, I'm just talking about the simple fact that they got a defensive coordinator in Parker. Now, I'm looking at do the same thing. You look at the Eagles at the beginning of the season. I was like, yo, that secondary, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. Midway through that season, I was like, he turned that thing around, man. And not talking about them, talking about the defensive coordinator, not giving him the credit for all of that. What I'm saying, they turned that thing around. Me personally, I feel like I like it. I like it just from a couple things. Why do I like this? Number one, and I'm quite sure somebody's going to give me some more information, but number one, he got Super Bowl experience. Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. He got Super Bowl experience. I honestly think he can speak about what it takes to win. What it takes to win. Now, was I high on Brian Flores? You damn right I was. Did I want Brian Flores? You damn right I did. All right? It's no secret. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to cap about that. But the one thing I did, I always harped all season, or what I've said about the Cowboys for a while is, yo, they got no one with championship experience. Someone that can say, yo, this is what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. This is what it takes if we want to win. This is what we got to do. This is what right look like. These are the habits of winning. We have nobody in that locker room that can say that. Well, now we do. All right? Got to give that one. That's a nod. Me, first time defensive coordinator, y'all know how I felt. I want them to go get, once Brian Flores was on the table, I was just going to be honest. At that point, I was hoping they make something I can get behind, something that shows results, right? Hell, I was Al Harris. I was like, yo, can he sneak in there? Can they go look at him? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's a hell of a D coordinator, right? I mean, hell of a secondary coach, sorry. And that's another one. But this guy here, and I'm going to tell you why I like it, because of one of his, Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean said, and I quote, I wouldn't be the player I am without Coach CP. I wouldn't be the coach I am without Coach CP, Christian Parker. That's what you want to hear. You want that type of, like, you want to hear that from the players. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear that. Now, Parker had an in-person interview with the Cowboys on Wednesday. They made a big impression on the organization. Over the weekend, the Cowboys held in-person interviews with Minnesota pass game Durante Jones and met with former Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon. This marked the first time since money came from 2013 the Cowboys have not had a former head coach as their defensive coordinator. Since then, they've had Rob Marinelli, Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn, which that was a good one, Mike Zimmer, and Eberflus. And he was fired when Dad defended blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Listen, man. Listen, I like this. I do. I like this one. I'm going to say it, damn it. I like this one. Because he got some of the other, when you hear stuff like, when you look at it, you hear stuff like teacher. You know, you hear him taking people and build. You look at where I thought the secondary improved. Let's look. Because I could be lying out my butt. What was the Eagles' defense secondary? The stats, the defense. Because I don't want to just be up here talking. Quinyon Mitchell was what? Huh? Was second in interceptions. Is that's real? Am I looking at that right? Yeah, is that right? Wow. Okay. Quinyon Mitchell was second in interceptions. I mean, you got to give the defensive coordinator a little credit for that. Hold on, but I want to look at team stats, not player stats. Hold on, 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm not gonna make this video super long. I want to look at team stats. So, Philly was the third best team far as giving up yards. Let's see. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was wrong. That was wrong. Yards allowed. Philly was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh. Looked like seventh in yards allowed. I take that. Passing yards given up. Philly was about what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So middle of the pack there. Rushing against the run, they were second. Now, I'm not giving all of that, obviously. I'm not giving all that to CP. But he coming off a situation where he know what rights look like. You know, he know what right look like. And he got to chill. I know people will say, well, that man, it does, man. It does when you look at a player like, no. Your habits ain't right if you want to get there. When they get in the playoffs, they got somebody that can say, hey, y'all not preparing right, because in the playoffs, it got to be this. The intensity go here, you got to match that. The stuff you got through in the regular season, you ain't gonna be able to get with in the playoffs. Someone that can actually speak to that and have results. That's is big to me. I from that perspective, I'm sold. Everything I'm hearing about the guy is sold. Look, once it was out of the Brian Flores running, I was kind of like, all right, give me something. You know, they started saying Jonathan again. I almost quit. But yeah, I think this possibly was the best they could do. This was the best they could do. Other than Al Harris, I like Al Harris. I think he's another one that needed a shot. It worked out for both sides. He finally get his chance as a defensive coordinator. And if he take that defense, it's nothing but upside for this guy. Because if he take a defense that was putrid last year and he get them right this year, or going the right direction, I ain't gonna do all in 1 year, but get them going the right direction, man, that's ball game. That's the best. That'd be best case scenario, man. Look, I like Christian Parker. I'm gonna continue to do my deep dive on him. My initial is everything. I like everything I see. I do think you couldn't go get the big fish, so you might have got you a good size fish that's still growing. I don't know. I'm just going out with an analogy. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the move, man. I'm cool at that one. I'm not mad at that move. I like that move. It's a lot of unknown and a lot to see with the guy, but we'll see. We're gonna see, man. He playing with house money. He playing with house money. Bad as the defense was last year, he is playing with house money. Now Jerry gonna give him what he needs to do what he want. That's gonna be the question. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, man, you gotta be great.